Hi guys, welcome back to Link in Bio. I'm Jenny.
I'm Gene.
And we've got a great show for you guys today. Tell them, Gene.
Yeah, man. So Temu and Shein are beefing like Artias.
Oh, they throwing hands.
They getting it in.
And Jessica Alba and Lizzy Mathis join us to talk about season 2 of their hit series, Honest Renovations. And honestly, I wish I had a home to renovate.
Maybe in 2040.
Perhaps. Oh, God willing. And Dulce helps us confront torta allegations, which I personally have been a victim of.
Tortas are good though, Jenny.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get into it, guys. Hijos de su chingada madre. The girls are fighting and it looks like it's going to get messy.
Chinese fast fashion giant Shein, notorious for being accused of copying small artists and big brands alike, is suing its competitor, fast fashion giant Temu, for copyright infringement.
These allegations sound familiar. I mean, pretty intense situation over who can sell the best $8 fit. Am I right, brother? This is literally the Spider-Man meme. You know, like the one where they're pointing at each other?
Dude, yes, okay. Perfect. Literally, that's what's going on.
Yes, both these brands are familiar with copyright infringement. I mean, they copy trends from other designers and drop a collection and move on. I've seen it.
Yeah, like, didn't you tell me once about the...
Well, it's a design. Yeah, the designer I follow.
Yeah.
I follow like a swimsuit designer. And her designs are super unique. So it's like she called out Shein and she was like, oh, like, you know, they copied my design. I worked so hard for it, you know, and it sucks. Like, it's like, dude, like, what the heck? And then they sell it for what, $3, $4, $5? And then her swimsuit, I mean, it's probably more expensive, you know? And
the quality's
better, I'm sure.
This crazy
It
corporation.
Sucks. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is crazy. It's like the battle of the budget fits, right? And like, señoras, artias, you're in the middle of this.
I'm in the middle of this.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the outcome is because it's like...
Well, like you said, it's the pot, what is it?
I don't know, some white people phrase. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, pinche hipócritas, my mom would say.
Oh,
like,
pinche hipócritas. Sí.
Yeah. I can see my mom saying, no, pues, pinche Temu. Because they like both of them. I know they do. My dad goes crazy on Temu. My mom goes crazy on Shein.
Well, I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sister, getting my own place. Like, I want to do so much renovating, but I don't even know where to start. Yeah, can I even hammer here? Can I hammer there? I don't know. But luckily, we have the stars of Honest Renovations from Roku joining us today. Jessica Alba and Lizzy Mathis.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hey. All right, so doing construction can get you hungry. What's your like go-to snack when working on a big project?
This is actually a real thing. I like seaweed snacks. And so we always have like teriyaki, the gimme teriyaki seaweed snacks. I like I like black licorice.
It's
a lot.
disgusting. I hate black licorice.
It's a vibe. I don't know what it is. I get a kick out of it. It gives me a nice little boost. So we always have that. What do we always have? We always have random.
Yeah, like almonds and popcorn.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Classic.
Yeah.
So are you guys both Home Depot legends? Like, I mean, how does that feel walking to, you know, each one like a pro?
Honestly, it gives you a little swag, to be honest with you. It's like, you know, normally we do.
I used to be intimidated.
I'm
and now we're home.
I mean,
we're home and Home Depot.
You know, I think once you get past like the lumber aisle, you're good to go. You know, I'm never there.
We're not mad at the lumber.
I just can't do lumber aisle.
But sometimes
I'm not picking out lumber. That's where I draw the line.
Where we do the thing on
the bathroom aisle, you know, sinks and faucets, you know, lighting, windows, that's where we are. That's our sweet spot.
And what's your favorite part of seeing a family's reaction to their newly renovated space? I bet that's amazing.
I think they usually could never have envisioned or imagined their space looking like that. And so a lot of times they're like, is this our house or is this our room? Like, they're like, what?
Yeah.
And so just you see their brain glitch a little bit, like, what? this is our space. And that's always fun to see.
And a lot of times they have an idea of what rooms we're doing. They seem
Because they have
like
to empty it
they
out.
have to
you
empty
know,
it
they
out.
empty out.
But normally we do add like one extra surprise in there. And I think that's the cool part. When there's a space that they didn't expect,
yeah.
that's when it's like,
That's fun.
you see a little bit of a gas.
Yeah.
That's cool. I also wanted to ask, I know you guys are entrepreneurs, you guys have your own families. How do you balance, work and family?
It's day by day.
Yeah. I
Day
mean, I
by
think you
day.
just kind of have to know that you can't do everything or be
All at
everything
once.
to everyone all at once. And there's some give and take. And sometimes your family needs a little more of you. Your kids might need a little more of you some days. And other days your work needs a little more of you. And so you just have to kind of flow with it and not get too bogged down. And also, I think we both threw out this idea that we need to be perfect
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I think society sometimes makes us feel like everyone needs to be 100 in every aspect of your life all the time. And it's just not realistic. So giving ourselves the grace to kind of like, some days the house is going to be a hot mess. Like some days I'm going to have a short temper. Like some days we're just, it's going to be really hard to get out the bed and we're just going to be in our pajamas this
That's
weekend.
right.
And that's okay.
Oh man, absolutely.
Do you guys both live in LA?
Yeah.
And I know, Jessica, you're Mexican. What's your favorite Mexican food in the city?
Frida's on
Okay.
South Beverly Drive. The older one has incredible pozole. Like I would say the chicken pozole it's clean, it's yummy, it's homemade, the broth is amazing. Like that's something that we love in the family that we get often. But also like I just like making tacos at home. And we do like roasted, we'll roasted chicken, take all the stuff, all the meat off the bone and then put it in a sauce and then just make tacos at home. And that's my kids' favorite. That's like their favorite. And then also eggy tacos in the morning. That's like
Yeah.
classic.
But I think because we live in Southern California, we can get it anywhere. That's the beauty.
There's also 1986.
Yeah. Oh, 1986 tacos.
Yeah.
But also taco trucks. Like, take it back. Like, let's just do taco trucks where it's like super, like people are getting in there and you're getting all the sort of things. I remember I went to one taco truck and they had like everything, like every single thing.
And
all
tacos
of it
por
was
favor.
so good.
So good. Down in Santa Monica, like that area. I also rate certain Mexican restaurants based off of their salsa and their chips. That's where I'm like, you're either legit or you suck. And so I'm going to gravitate towards
Good ones with good
amazing
salsa
salsas and amazing chips too.
That's the first test, the salsa chips, and then bring the beans in, and then I can go.
I agree.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. And guys, don't forget to check out season 2 of Honest Renovations on Roku, August 23rd.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Goonies, how are you feeling about the election these days?
I don't know about you, Queenies, but I feel like this whole election kind of was like a telenovela, like
Honestly, it's giving
like
telenovela
dramatic,
vibes.
like una telenovela bien dramática.
Yeah, and you know how telenovelas are really long and like really
capítulos
played out, and there's
and
new
like-
characters joining in,
Like 200 episodes.
like long, and like you don't know what's gonna happen next.
I'm sorry, but Trump getting shot in the ear was not in my bingo card. I
Like-
had no clue. It's like, that was like out of left field, literally.
Yeah, I kind of
Literally
forgot
left
that
field,
happened.
because I think that guy was on the left.
But this is why we're going to be educating ourselves with this new segment called La Ota. We will cover the important topics, talk to some well-informed, educated people, and poke fun at these ridiculous moments of this election because they're bound to happen. I mean,
For sure.
they're already happening.
I'm gonna confess, like, I was one of those people that was literally like, well, like, why vote? If California, we're in California. If California is gonna be blue, why vote?
that.
I like, why am I gonna go waste my time? That's what I thought. But no, it's not like it shouldn't be like that. Literally, you need to make your voice heard. I can't let other people dictate
Yeah.
how I want my life to be, you know? It affects the people we love. I have family members that are immigrants,
Yeah.
you know, and it's gonna affect them.
And for my future children, I know I'm far from being a mom, but this is, you know, about the future and what's to come.
The future for sure. I mean, did you watch the final night at the DNC? That was
I was actually gonna ask you about it. I watched the DNC and I feel like I finally got to meet Kamala. First of all, major Tia vibes.
Yeah, she was giving Tia,
yeah,
for sure.
a little bit of school principal vibes too.
yes. Oh yeah, like the cool
school principal gets things actually happening.
Yes.
She means business. Did you see Little John?
Oh yeah.
Lil Jon was going off when it came to Georgia casting their vote for Madame Kamala Harris. The European mind truly cannot comprehend this moment.
Yeah.
Can't comprehend a lot of things
I don't know
that
what's
go
going on here, but I feel like very like I missed out.
Both Obama's speeches were incredible. They were big moments, and Michelle killed it and went scorched earth. And Obama, he had jokes.
Oh, what kind of jokes?
BDE. He has, but not the other guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, Obama, I see you. Oh my God.
And something that was really not cute, and honestly, they should wipe it from the internet. Bro, JD Vance's bad haircut.
Who let him go out like that?
I don't know, but
That is
clearly
really
he needs
messed
love in his
up.
life. Honestly, someone who does look good in 4K. Did you see Miss Kamala Harris?
I did.
Her fits, her everything, her aura.
Yeah.
She's looking amazing. Honestly, for me, it wasn't about her looks. It was her confidence, everything she was saying. Her speech was truly amazing. It moved me. It moved my mommy, my papi, and it honestly got us a little teary-eyed in La Sala last night. And all this just sitting at home on the couch with my parents. I just can't even imagine how it was in person. But luckily, we actually had some friends of the show who were there, so I guess they're gonna tell us about it. Well, we'd like to welcome our very own Sandra Cordero. How are you? Hi.
I am so happy and so tired because I've had the privilege of being here in Chicago for the past couple of days, and it's been emotional and wonderful and joyful. The after parties were real fun, and the convention itself was great. So it's been great. And now I'm ready to go to mi casita in LA.
Yes, la casita. So you were actually at the DNC. I mean, I felt it from my sala, watching it with my parents. The energy, it felt like it was there. How was it in person?
The energy was incredible. It was undescribable unless you were in the room, I think, but I think it translated really well onto television, and sort of what I'm reading online and what I'm hearing from people, all the texts I was getting from like my mom, my sister, friends from all over the country. It was just really beautiful, really unifying. There were a lot of really genuine moments that were, you know, I know the theme of the convention and the campaign and sort of the moment we're in is joy. There were also a lot of really genuine, beautiful, frankly devastating moments. You know, I don't know if you recall, there was a lot of gun violence survivors that spoke about their experiences, and mothers of the anti-gun violence movement that spoke, and there was not a dry eye in the house, nor should there be. That's, I think, our country's shame. And that was incredibly moving and really grounding as to why we're there, not just to party and celebrate. And, you know, we really need to remember that our politicians and our policies affect people's lives.
Wow.
And whose speech do you think like hit the hardest for you?
Michelle Obama, incredible. Better than her husband. And I worked for her husband for a long time. And better than her husband. And he felt it too, right? Like, you're like, okay, I will do whatever, you know? And then Tim Walz was incredible, but then Oprah upstaged him, you know? Like, she was incredible as well and super moving. Amanda Gorman was incredibly moving, and even though she was sing, she was beautiful and moving. And then, you know, future President Harris was, I think she hit every single point. I loved all the personal stories. Vice President Harris's speech was, it touched on every single point. I think it makes a point that she's ready to be president on like day 0, and also that she's a human, and she talked about her family. I thought that was beautiful. And as also a first generation oldest daughter, I was like, yes, girl, I feel all of those things when you're talking about your immigrant mom and, your sister and the responsibility and beautiful, complicated relationships that we have to our families.
Absolutely. It felt very real life. And I think that's so important. Where can we keep staying informed?
I think we can keep staying informed on Me Too, right?
True. That is true. We got La Bota up in here.
La
Bota
Bota.
and
La
las
Bota.
botas.
Hey,
Link
there you
in
go.
bio, and we'll be talking all things
Election.
election.
Election 2024, baby.
Presidential election 2024.
That's right. So I think that's a great place to be informed. And thank you all for everything that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Good luck on your flight.
Talk to you soon.
Your trip
Bye.
back.
Yeah, safe travels.
Safe travels. Take care.
Hey, Jorge, how are you doing?
I am tired, but I'm still processing a lot of the joy, but also lots of different feels that came up this week. So yeah.
I also heard too that there was like a lot of chisme on a certain celebrity showing up yesterday.
Yes.
How was the chisme on the ground floor, and did any chisme was actually true?
Yeah, no, we were all convinced. People were saying it was going to be Beyonce or Taylor Swift
Yes.
were going to come out. I don't know where they got Taylor from, but Beyonce sounded promising since Kamala Harris keeps, go walking out to the song Freedom.
Yeah.
And some folks were saying, oh, they just played Freedom, or they just played the song in rehearsal. So people were thinking it was Beyonce's rehearsal.
And did you meet any like celebs or politicians?
Not celebrities, unfortunately, but I did meet two. I met Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Oh.
She's an icon.
Yeah.
So that was really, really
deal.
awesome. I also met the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services. That matters to me because I think he's also Latino.
Yeah.
And was just able to chat with him. I've been in spaces with him before, just doing some of that advocacy I do. So it was cool to see him there again too.
Yeah, and I think it's special when you see other Latinos in a space
Oh, for sure.
that maybe we're not used to being in. It's kind of like, hey, we're here and we're meant to stay and be
for so
here in the
long.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in a previous speech I heard of his, he was talking about being first gen too. So I feel like just knowing he was first gen and he's there, there's always like that kind of like inner child me that's like, oh my gosh, yes, like you get it.
Yep.
So that was cool.
Yeah. I also saw that you highlighted the Uncommitted National Movement. What exactly was happening?
So the Uncommitted National Movement on Instagram, they're Uncommitted MVMT, I believe. But essentially, they're a group of delegates who, had their right to be there, and they were representing their respective states. And essentially, they were there organizing and connecting and facilitating pressers and conversations with one simple goal, which is to simply organize and call for a ceasefire and show that, hey, we as delegates are here and we would like to see a ceasefire in Gaza and for the Palestinian people. And essentially, their goal, again, is to sort of band arms and say, we want to vote. We are Democrats. We want to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris to be President Kamala Harris. But in order to get there and in order to really get our vote, we need you to take a firmer stance on a ceasefire. So that's what they were there doing.
How do you feel about Kamala's remarks towards Gaza?
I think Kamala Harris in her statement was definitely trying to appeal towards a lot of moderate voters, right? And I think historically the U.S. and relationship with Israel has been one that's the U.S. has really prided itself in. That is her stance, but I think it was a shame to ignore the millions of people here in the States, her constituents, who aren't just uncommitted voters, who are also voting, and other folks who are not voting. Again, folks from across the political spectrum who are very deeply impacting and are actively grieving the ongoing genocide.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lost opportunity for her to ignore that constituency. And again, that's what the uncommitted delegates were there to say. They were like, hey, we're here and we are representing your constituency. And that's all they wanted to receive, was just to be heard, to be seen. They were asking that for a Palestinian speaker to be included in the programming, and that demand was ignored. So I was personally let down. I know many others were. And personally, as a Boricua, the U.S. has colonized Puerto Rico. My people also deserve to be free. Liberation is all connected globally. It's something that's very personal to me. It's something I really care about. So that's kind of where I come from when it comes to this larger conversation.
Absolutely. I agree.
I agree too. And thank you so much, Jorge. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you coming on the show and for your time. And where can people follow you?
People can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, at Jorge Alvarez. I was inspired by iCarly.
Iconic.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Jorge.
much, Jorge.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate you coming on and sharing about your experience. Look forward to staying tuned in as this election season continues.
I mean, it was really nice talking to them and seeing like what really happened at the DNC.
Yeah.
You know, I know you watched on TV. I missed it completely, but I like how they both kept it real.
Yeah.
I loved Sandra's enthusiasm.
Yep.
With everything, and I like how Jorge too kept it real with things that he wants to see, like I guess them do better in.
I totally agree. It also
Yeah.
gave me more insight on what's actually going down and helped me feel a little more aware.
Of course, of course.
So be sure to keep tuning in to La Bota. This is Daniela.
And I'm Jenny, and see you next time.
Jenny, you've heard about guys calling girls tortas, right?
Duh, girl. I mean, it's always the men with mad panza calling women tortas, you know? Or like the ones with small chorizos.
Literally that heavy
Dude,
on the small
that's what I'm
chorizo
saying.
part.
Or like some dude with like back of the neck lonjas, you know? Like
It's always back of the neck.
it's like, come on, you know? And like I got called a 626 torta the other day. Yeah.
Area code,
Area
and
code, girl.
everything.
Yes. Well, I kind of want to own it. I kind of want to like start a foodie
Girl,
Instagram with
capitalize
that
off of that.
Like that username.
Franchise it immediately.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very familiar.
Yes. So we all know the torta word.
We all do.
And I found the best TikTok ever.
Hella guys will say here, oh my god, you a fat bitch. We don't fuck with tortas. I hate tortas. Gang, your mom is literally the torta final boss. Have you seen how that bitch is built? And when they're tortos themselves, like you have an audacity to drag that term to any girl you see while your mom is your original and your one himself.
I had to invite her on the show. Dulce, welcome.
Hi, Dulce. How's it going?
It's good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well. Thank you. Thank you. I just have to say, I think you're spot on. I mean, did you expect this video to go as viral as it did?
I did think it was gonna blow up, but I definitely didn't expect it to blow up to the extent that it did. But I'm kind of happy it did because I got my message across.
Oh.
Yes, you did. You got that message across. It was delivered.
And for those that don't know, what does the word torta mean?
It pretty much means like a girl that's overweight, I guess, from my understanding. I don't know why they compare it to the food torta. I don't see the correlation, but
Yeah, for real. Like tortas are good. They're
Yeah,
delicious.
personally, they're great.
They're great.
So what does it tell you when a guy uses the word torta to describe a girl?
oh my god, it's definitely giving immature, first of all.
Immature.
I've never heard a
for
grown man just use that word to insult somebody. You know, it's giving like middle school. I don't know.
Middle school lunch vibes. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Are you really a dad with 3 kids calling someone on the
Dude,
internet?
it's always a
torta?
dad with 3 kids.
Literally.
It's always a dad with 3 kids.
And a wife not knowing that they're leaving these comments. And a mother too.
I know. I'm like, bro, like it's always the same looking dudes, you know?
Yeah. Did they not get fed tortas when they were little kids? Is that what's really
Probably
getting-
not.
Well,
They're
are there
probably
any
hungry.
comebacks?
That's the only thing they can think of.
There you go.
Literally.
That's
They're
right.
just thinking about it all day. They're like, torta.
Dulce, what are some comebacks like for girls when, you know, when confronted with the torta accusations?
I personally don't respond to those type of comments, but I definitely
like
seen other girls' comments. You know, they pretty much just say what I did. You know, they're like, get a life. You know, you're talking about like talking down on somebody online. First of all, most of them, they don't even have like a profile picture or actual content on their page. They're super anonymous.
What are some better and more positive like foods we can use to describe women we love in our lives?
I don't know. Honestly, I know in the video I also mentioned pan dulce, and that one I
Pan
honestly
dulce,
don't like. That.
duh.
It's kinda cute.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
who doesn't
that.
like pan dulce? I really
I
like
know.
that one.
A mí me han dicho corazón de melón.
That's
you know?
cute.
Like, call me
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But we fucking own it. If a man calls us a torta, ¿y qué,
Y
güey?
que you can't have a bite of it.
Exactly.
So,
It's like, I'm not your torta.
yeah.
I'm not your torta. I'm gonna be someone else's torta. Just own it. Like, who cares what they think?
Literally.
Oh, wow.
Not that we have to combat hate with more hate.
No.
But what's the male version of torta?
Well, I said torto. I saw some people saying morcajete. I saw they're saying pambazo or something.
Well, Dulce, thank you so much for coming on and helping us break down this torta conversation.
Yes.
Long live Pan Dulce.
Long live Pan Dulce. And then,
No,
we wanted
for
to
real.
ask too, like, where can people find you and follow you on social media?
Well, I'm mainly on Instagram and TikTok. I'm on True That Dulce. I think the Dulce has 2 E's if I'm not mistaken. And on YouTube, I'm also on there as True Dulce.
Awesome. Look at you. Love that. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Dulce.
Keep it sweet.
Thank you for having me.
And don't be self-conscious. Well, you did good. Filling in for Alejo.
I mean, I tried. You want to see how sweaty I am? I don't know how he does it every episode.
Oh my
Look.
God.
I know.
Dude,
Look,
what the hell?
Nervous.
Why are you nervous? You did
Nervous.
good. Well, guys, this has been Link in Bio. I'm Jenny.
I'm Gene.
We'll see you guys next time.